I was really pleased with today's practice. I thought the intensity, competitiveness, you saw some explosive plays offensively. Defensively, I thought we did a good job flying around to the ball, get some third and long situations. You saw some good things on both sides, trying to force guys to transition the sequencing of plays, understanding the situational awareness. You're seeing some young players that are still working through that process. But I like the progress, and I thought we pushed the tempo better there today than what we've had the last few. So I thought that was good to see. Guys get more confident in the communication. We're still putting in installation. As we go through camp, there'll always be new situations, new things for us to look at, trying to help prepare them. Obviously it's good. Definitely grateful for. The Jaguars, grateful for Daly's Place for allowing us to come over here and get the work in this morning. Just trying to, with the wet fields, we wanted to make sure that the footing was as good as it could be. And hopefully we'll be able to be over there at North Florida tomorrow. I mean, they've done an incredible job. It's just obviously we've had a lot of rain. So, I think it's been a good first day, and had a good time last night. Definitely great seeing this team continue to build together. I think this is where you continue to build and set the foundation and the identity of what this team's going to be. You get away, where it's just us, and for the guys to be able to spend that time together, whether it's we'll eat meals in Tallahassee, we'll do all the things you're meeting morning to night, but it's still just that extra time. You got a different roommate. You're sitting, you're getting a nice twin size dorm bed. It's like things that are some things that are comfortable, some things that are uncomfortable, but all you have is each other, and we try to create some adverse situations. When we're here, we want it to be challenging practices. We want there to be high intensity. We had a couple of passionate moments where guys were they were getting after it in practice, but it's still. It was still a control in it, and that's what I kind of like to see. It didn't get out of control, but guys they're working to push to get better, and we need that intensity. But ultimately it's still one team here, and it's about building that one team.
Right across the street, the Jaguars just had their practice, and Jarian Jones is the newest addition for FSU. He came and said hi. I got to talk to him. He said that FSU prepared him really well for the next level. What do you think it is about your program that prepares guys not only to perform well in college, but also at the next level?
Well, I mean, it was great getting to see Jarian, and Ronald Darby came over, and it was just special. They had two great Seminoles, and J-Dub is just he's one of my all-time favorites, and for him to come by and just to see the smile on his face watching the guys practice, he embraced the process of growth, and we pushed him. He had some challenges that he had to overcome throughout his collegiate journey, but he just continued to make the investment. He continued to believe. He just continued to get better. His versatility is one of his greatest traits, but I mean also just how he worked. And when you're at this level, obviously, I mean, every day you're battling for your future, for your profession. It is a job, and but when it's just a part of your DNA, that the only thing is work and improvement. You're going to put yourself in a great position to be successful. And I'm proud of all our guys. They're all doing well in the camp, prospective camps that they're at. But obviously, pretty special with those two, with Ronald and Jarian, being here in the state.
What's it like to see Jarian in black and teal now, as opposed to garnet and gold? I mean, is it cool to see him in these elements?
Absolutely, and it's all part of the journey which we talk about. Guy was able to come here, built himself to being a great player, a great defensive back at the collegiate level. Had great success, and then you see the dream become a reality. Becoming a higher draft pick. Get an opportunity to come and play at the next level, and just even during their break, I mean, he was back in Tallahassee, and he actually came and did a couple of workouts, with our guys, there, throughout the course of the summer, and that's once a Nole, always a Nole, and that's something that really means a lot, and it does bring great joy to my heart, just seeing these guys taking that next step.
When you look at the weapons that DJ has around him, a lot of them are new faces, things like that. How are they progressing, and do you feel that that this offense is going to get to where you need it to be?
I do. I mean, I'm excited about the progression of what we're seeing. Right now in camp, you obviously you roll a lot of guys. You want to see guys, how they're executing. You try to put them in all different situations, and so it's we're starting to develop better timing. Just with the more repetition that we're having. I think you look at. Malik Benson, Jalen Lucas, a couple of newcomers, like Jalen Brown, another newcomer that's come in, and then you take the freshman, Lawayne McCoy. I think he's getting more and more opportunities. Elijah Moore's really had a good camp. I mean, so those guys that are new to the program, it's a lot's getting thrown on them, but it's still about just the getting the timing, the details, and the discipline of where they need to be and when they need to be there, and that's where you're able to grow as an offense. And so I think we're getting better, but especially as we get closer to game day, I mean, the guys have to earn the opportunity to be in that rotation, and so that's something that we'll continue to build upon.
Given all those newcomers, what's the value of having somebody like Lawrence there who's been here?
I mean, you look at Lawrence, you look at Jakai, Kentron, working to get him, back healthy and continuing to work. Hakeem Williams, who was here, obviously a year ago. All those guys that have been a part of, the journey. I mean, they're able to help these guys in I guess, trusting the process, the understanding, especially for the freshmen. Hakeem, even Destin Hill, even though he's injured, seeing him work to help Lawayne, seeing him to help to work with Elijah, because Hakeem and Destin both played as true freshmen. So trying to help those guys, prepare for what could be ahead.
How well is that secondary playing right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really proud of that group, and you see the confidence. You see, one of the things I always challenge those guys with is, even when you're in a bad position, nobody ever wants to be in a bad position, but you find yourself, what is your confidence? What is the patience? What is your, the way that you're going to rally to be in the best position, even though it might not be very good, to be able to make the play and get to the next one. And I think that's where we've taken some big strides. I mean, you watch one-on-ones, and I mean, it is every play is a battle. I mean, it is, and that's what I like to see. And we're continuing to work, keeping our hands tighter. Obviously there's some back and forth when it goes to that, but it's still about the discipline and details. But I think our guys' embrace of that is helping them even just that incremental improvement.
Andre Otto is getting some elevated reps. How is he doing with his versatility? How valuable?
No, I mean he's I would say maybe the redshirt freshman version of what a Darius Washington was. I mean, he's just, you see him, he's center, guard, he can go out if we needed to him to be able to play some tackle. But just seeing him grow, and he's got a special future in front of him. He's one of the guys that he's put himself in a position to potentially gain opportunities here this year, out there on game day. But for the growth that we're seeing. From just where he was a year ago, he came in, really talented young man. Still has some things he had to play in that position, just grow and learn. But he's very smart and definitely one of the harder workers that we have. And proud of what I'm seeing from him.
Did the air conditioner break?
Huh?
Did the air conditioner break? Malfunction or something?
Well, we turned it off. I wish they would have just turned the heat on, actually. But it was no, it was good. We got in there, and it was really there was a nice breeze that was going. We're in an indoor, so let's turn it off and crank up the humidity. And I thought it was a good work day.
Is that more for, you always talk about more of the elements? Is that why you turn the AC off? Why don't you off?
Just a little bit harder, tougher. That's where we're trying to find as many times as where our team can choose hard and go and get better. And that's that was a great. I missed out on the outside, sun shining, high humidity, high heat. We might get some of that tomorrow. So definitely just want to give them a little ramp up.
You got it, huh? But your first game's in Ireland, where it's going to be about 60 degrees. How are you guys going to prepare for that kind of a switch?
Well, I mean, ultimately, it's just it's all about controlling what you can control, and we can't be a football team that is totally dependent on circumstance, where the circumstance has to be right. And that's before we came here. Obviously, we had a day that we were able to get out in the rain, and we were able to have some of those experiences. So, we'll continue to work through all of it and try to put guys in all different situations, and be prepared for when they show up.
We talked about the last one for Malik. Obviously, is a confident guy. What can he do to help the younger receivers kind of get closer to that?
I mean, it's the consistency of reps, because he was a freshman at some point too, and he's had to grow through it. And even you look at him last year, went into a new team, was able to earn a starting role, but it wasn't maybe it wasn't in the same position he's in right now and that he's earned right now. And so, being able to talk about that process of just staying true to the growth and development and believing in what's in front of him. And, I got big expectations from Malik, excited for him. And, he's done a great job, not only with how he's growing, but, with those guys around him. All right, thank you guys. Have a good day.